Hi everyone, this is Erin from Sandpaper Road, and today I'm going to be making a really fun card with products from Creekbank Creations. This is the outline alphabet. This is the Popping Up Sentiments stamp set, and this is how to make, these are the dies to make a pop-up card. And I will put links in the description box below if you're interested. I actually just finished making a bunch of cards just for myself, and I hadn't really done a demo video yet of this pop-up die set, but I did post one from the Creekbank Creations booth, and it was so fun and easy to make. I mean, I don't know. I think maybe I get a little intimidated when it comes to like cards that do things because I think that I'm not going to do them right or something. But yeah, it was really easy. And this right here, let me tell you something a little bit about these alphabet dies. They come, let me get a little closer. When you cut them out, it will die cut out the outline and the inside at the same time, which is so awesome because if you're using like a super tacky tape or something, Creekbank Creations makes a big roll of super tacky tape, and you could put this down on your cardstock first and then end up making these as sticker letters, or you could make like a tape sandwich where it's ends up to be sticky. You can glitter it. There's seriously all kinds of possibilities, but I thought let's just do one. Let's just make a card. It's really, really easy featuring this die here. So first I'm going to make the card base, and normally my card bases are top folding A2 size cards, but for the pop-up, I want to make it as a side folding card. I want it to go like this and then pop up. So I'm going to have to cut my paper different. What I'm going to do is cut it this way. Let's see, where am I at? It looks like the 5.5 mark. I'm going to cut it sideways first, like this. And then I'm going to put this aside and use actually this to die cut out these pieces. Well, I guess just those pieces I'll die cut. Okay? And then this one actually does something different. So once I get it cut this way, then I'm going to turn it sideways and score it at the 4.25 mark this way. Okay, that's the big major difference here. I'm gonna keep my paper trimmer handy. That's the big major difference if you're used to doing top folding cards. Now, of course, if you have your own pre-cut cards that you purchase, that's fine too. Okay, so now the card will open this way. It's still A2, but it just opens sideways, and that's going to be handy. Now, the first thing I'm going to do is take this die of the die set. This is the pop-up set that comes with these 3 dies, okay? The first one goes like this, and I have to put it, how about if I put it so you can see? Now, I'm going to take a little bit of, I guess, washi tape here. Let me find some that's different color than my paper so that you can see. And so I'm going to line it up so that that notch right there is right in the middle of the fold. Like that. And that the rest of the, ooh, and I can already see, am I doing this right? Yes, I am. Okay, this part right here will emboss, and this part will cut. Okay, and I need the emboss lines over here because it's going to tell me where to put the little pop-up part of the card. So you have to make sure that the longer part of this die goes where you want the pop-up part to occur. Okay, so you tape that down real good, and then I'm going to run this through my Big Shot. Okay, I finished cutting this out, and when I peel this off, now you can see that it, oh, well, let's see, I hope you can see. I know you can see the 3 lines there. Not sure if you can see the little embossing. It leaves a little line right here, a little line right here. It's a little embossed line. And that's gonna help me guide. You know what I think I'm gonna do for you though? I think I will make a little pencil line just like that. Just so you know, and I'll go like this. Okay, that's where the embossed line is on the thing, just in case you can't see it. I'll erase that later. So then we're gonna take these two dies, and with this leftover piece, let's cut out these with our die cutting machine. Okay. Now this piece comes already notched and embossed here with folding lines. Scored is the word I was looking for that I couldn't think of. All right, so this is already scored, and so what I'm going to do is just actually fold on the score lines. There is one score line that is only a mini, it doesn't go clear across, so that one I'm just going to leave alone, but anything that goes clear across I'm going to score and fold back and forth, just back and forth before I even do anything. Now I've done this a couple times, and so I'm going to show you just the way that I do it, that it's just a little bit easier for me. Let me get that out of my way. Okay. So I do that. I also, what happened to my, oh, there it is. Okay. I also go back over again with my bone folder once I get it going. Okay. Now on this, like I said, there's a little notch here that's on the top. Well, it's on one side and it doesn't go clear across. So I'm going to make the side that's got the little half notch, or the half emboss thing. That's the top. And now I'm gonna take this, it's a 1/4 inch super tacky tape, and put a small piece there. Remember, here's where the little notch is. I need to draw up that with a pencil mark. I keep calling it a notch and it's not. It's a little embossed mark that's only about that big. That's really hard to see, probably on the video. Okay, and I like that this tape, you can tear it. I always say you can tear it instead of tearable. Get it? Okay, so now when I hold it flat, there's the little embossed, partial embossed thing, and I put the super tacky tape pieces right there. Now what I can do, before I do anything else, I'm gonna set that down and pick up this piece. There's a really tiny little mark right there. It's so small, but you can see it on the die. Okay, and it's just a little suggestion of where you're gonna fold that. So I fold it before I even do anything else, and while everything is flat, this is what I'm trying to deal with, is while stuff is flat, I'm gonna do as much of this pop-up part as possible. Now, I'm gonna put a piece of tape here, and, ooh, it's kind of long. I know you can tear it, but that's a little bit long. Okay, so I've got this folded, and then I tear off that tape right there, and it's sticky, and I'm gonna stick it right to, what I'm gonna need to do is erase that, because once it gets on there, I'm not gonna be able to erase it. Right up against that sticky part, right up against where that little notch is. Okay, just like that. See, now I don't have to try to do that when it's a pop-up part. That's the top. Now, what's essentially going to happen is, see these parts down here? They're going to meet like this in the middle, but they're going to face down this way. And see this right here? That's where they're going to, this part right here, these are the embossed lines, and that's where those are going to go. It really fits perfectly. You just, I know I can see it and you can't, but I'll turn it to the side. Maybe you can see it better. They meet right there. See that? So let me erase my pencil lines, because you wouldn't draw pencil lines because you'll be able to see the embossed marks there. And then I take off the tape. And then stick it down just like that. right up against the bottom parts there and right up against, and then I stick my finger in the hole and push, push, push as hard as I can. See, now I don't have to mess with this top part, okay? And that's what it looks like this way. There's the one emboss mark, there's the other emboss mark, and here's the cut marks, okay? And I push it real good. So now what will happen is when this folds, see, it'll pop up. And all we have to do is thread this through right here, down and up, and through again, just like that. And see, you can even see how it'll go. So I flatten it down, and then I fold the card and fold this down forward. Now I have like a little, just a scrap here, okay, of just regular cardstock. It's literally just a scrap, and I'm gonna put it right here up against, because sometimes, you know, you never know what's trying to happen. That's just a little bit of a reinforcement. And then let me get this. This is better tape that I want for this here. This is that super tacky tape in 1/4 inch, and put it right there to tape him down. All right, there we go. That was so easy. And now look, boop, it pops right up. Isn't that amazing? And speaking of amazing, this is actually the stamp I'm going to use. Okay, this one, this popping up to say you are amazing. And where is this, my stitched, yeah, this. Okay, this is their label rectangle stitched die, and it's made to fit right here with these stamps. So if I put it right here, then it'll go down and up with the die. As a matter of fact, let's see, where's my scrap piece? This that I cut the thing out of. What I'm gonna do is do this stamping right here. Let's just keep it moving. Let's see. Normally I would use my stamping platform, but I don't feel like getting up. So let's see how well we can do this without. And I want, where is my red? Okay, I'm gonna use this archival ink by Ranger. It stamps pretty good. So okay. Hopefully we'll get this on the first try. Ah! We did not. I should have used my platform. I'll just try to do a better job. All right. Let me try to do a better job here. There. All right. Second time is the charm. Second time is the charm. And now I can I'm going to pop this out, or die cut this out. Okay. So I die cut that out. That's a nice size piece. That's still, we're still working with the same 8.5 by 11 sheet of cardstock, by the way. Okay, so I am done with, for now, I'm done with this die set with the pop-ups, okay? And for now, I'm gonna be done with that. And now what'll happen is, see, I put this right here. Isn't that cool? It needs something though first before I put it down. This is my color palette that I'm going to work with here. I pulled this from my kit, or from my box. I make my own little card making kits out of my scraps. And let's see, a little bit of it. I get my color palettes from Pinterest. And let's see, if you're interested in reading more about that, I'll link to that in the description box. Because I don't like to think so much when I sit down to craft. I don't want to think about colors and think about this. I like to think about using that stuff. I get in a different kind of creative space. Can you believe this? I already had a side folding card in my kit. Oh well, that'll be good for another one. I can't believe that. I just went through all this on the video. That's fine. All right, so because this is my color palette here, what do I want? I think I would like some Distress ink to go around the edges, but I'm looking for my vintage photo, and I don't know. Here it is. Looking for my vintage photo. That's what I want. Yeah, that'll be good. Okay. Oops. So you can see that it's just regular Distress ink. And what I'm trying to do, once I get this down, I'm not going to be able to ink or do anything to it. So anything I think I might want to do to this beforehand, I better do now. That's all I'm thinking here. That looks nice. Okay, we'll put that off to the side. Now let's attach this guy here. Okay. I think what I'm going to have to do is put the tape up here, because if I try to stick it on the back there is no guarantee that I'm going to make it to the same, you know, there's no guarantee I'm going to make it to fit right where I want it. Okay, stick my finger under there and I'm going to push really hard and then pull off the backing. Ooh. Try that again. There we go. I moved my light and I keep banging it with my hand when I go to throw something away. There we go. There we go. Now, this part takes a little bit of care here. When it closes, what you don't want is the pop-up tag part to be out of the card. I don't want it to be outside of here. So what I'm going to do is, see where the point is, but there by the letter A, I have it lined up in the center of that tab that pulls. And now I press it down and push. So now it's where I want it when the card is closed and where I want it when the card is open. Look at that. Really great. Now what we'll do is decorate the front. It'll cover up this part, and we'll decorate. I'll put a tab over, or a panel over the back to cover that up as well. Wonderful. All right, let's keep it moving. Okay, I'm going to this is the Super Tacky Tape. It comes in a nice big roll. It is so sticky, and I chose 4 of the panels that I pulled from my pack of paper, and I love that I pre-cut this. Sometimes I fool myself because I did this a while back and didn't remember that I did it. So I'm going to stick this down on the Super Tacky Tape. And you may wonder about this little strip right here. Well, we'll use it for something. Let's use it for something. But for now, I'm just going to go like this. Okay. And you might do it a little bit differently. I'm not being really careful because I'm not trying to use these as panels. I'm actually going to use these to die cut out the letters. So it doesn't make one bit of difference. You know, if they're all lined up perfectly or not. I will, though, run this over top and make sure they're stuck down well. Let's see, there we go. Now, when I cut, I don't want to cut. See how it's sticky against the tape? So I actually cut a little bit into the paper like that. All right. Now, I'm going to also cut this into the paper like this. See how easy that is? Now I've got this nice big sticky piece of leftover. All right. And isn't this great because I have like little cut-aparts that I found, you know, these cut-aparts. That would be perfect to stick right there, and then I don't have things go to waste. Okay. In the meantime, what I don't want to do is fold it in half, but what I think I will do, actually, is stick it right back to the roll. That's what I'm going to do. And stick that off to the side so it's out of my way. Now I've got these panels, oh, oops, and I am going to, I wanted 4 colors because I want to spell the word love. And remember that on this alphabet die set, when I cut it out, I'm going to have an outline and an inside of each letter. So on this first card, I think I want to just use the inside, not the outline, but I'm essentially preparing for more than one card as I cut these letters. Okay. So I'm going to have 1 letter for each color. I'm going to cut out, I don't know, maybe a few, because I thought maybe then I could stack. It's going to be really easy since this is already backed with sticky to stack letters on top of each other for like a dimensional effect. So I think that's what I'm going to do. And after I cut, it'll take me a minute to cut them out. Like I'll do all my E's in this color. Oh, but you know what I want to, you know what? Okay, so if my card is like this, I will mention this before I cut. I'm going to have to go like this, right? On this pop-up card. I can't, I mean, I could fit it like this, I suppose, but I don't want that look. I want to do it this way. So because of that, and whatever way you choose to do your word, if you're doing it this way, be mindful of what color is going to sit where. Okay, so do I want, I guess what I'm trying to say is, if I want my colors to sit like this, I have to think about that. Do I want my L to be that color opposite here? Do I want this like this? Do I want that like that? I have to think about that now. I can't think about it later. It'll be too late. I actually think that looks kind of good. What about this? That looks better maybe. That's how I want it. Right like that. Is that how I had it before? I don't even know. Okay. All right, so this is how I want it. Those are the colors assigned by me. Also, while I'm over at my die cutting machine, ooh, I'm gonna have to cut this piece off because what you don't want is any of that super tacky tape exposed. You'll gum up your machine. I think what I want to do is use for a background, I have this gold paper that was in my pack also. It's really, really thin too. And I thought maybe what I would do is use this, this is a 3D embossing folder. And is that the front or the back? This is the front. And so what you do is you spray this with a little bit of water first, okay? And I'm just gonna show that I did this actually already when I was prepping for this part. So I'm gonna do for the panel, you spray this with a little bit of water and then you run it like this through the part with the design on it is the front. And then you run that through your big shot. And then what you get when you're done is this. Look at that. Can you see that? I mean, it looks really good. And I thought too, while we're on the subject, wouldn't it be great? What happened to my, what happened to the, don't I have one for, okay. I thought I had one. What I thought I'd do is use this. I know this was the one I was using for the distress ink, but I can't find another brown one right now. I thought what I'd do is add a little bit of ink. Yeah, that is exactly what I wanted it to look like in my mind. Look at that. Because with a little bit of ink over top, now you see the difference right here versus as I'm edging it. because the ink just totally brings out all those little designs and things. Something is rattling. And so it really doesn't matter how thin or thick the paper is, because I'm even going to rub this over top just a little bit so that it looks really good. Yeah, that's good. That's super good. What a difference. Cool. Look at that. Isn't that neat? That's neat. Yeah. Good. I have a baby wipe. Something is rattling. Oh, I see. It's my adhesive bottle. Okay. And then when I stick it on here on the front, actually, I might as well just go ahead and do that. While we're here. It's so funny. I love when I love little optical illusions. So this is really neat. Which way do I want it to go? Like that. Do I? Yeah, I do. I want it to go like that. Oh, yeah, that looks wonderful. Awesome. Now when I put my letters, my LOVE on top of it, it'll be right on top of that. That looks really good. And see, then we've already got the brown inked in there. Great. All right, well, let me spend a minute here. I'm going to cut out the letters and then I'll be back. You don't need to see me cut out letters, and I'll be right back. Okay, I cut all of the letters out that I wanted. This is exciting. As I was cutting it out, I thought, ooh, yay. I've got some negative space to work with and it's already pre-stuck. So these are, I'm sure, going to be card panels for other cards coming up. That is exciting. But for now, I am done with those. I use little like yogurt containers or whatever to keep my letters in, but I only had 3. So yeah, these will be separate. Anyway, now when we're going to line up our letters, you could just stick them down. Again, here's what I'm talking about is that you've got the outie and the innie. Okay. So that's up to you whether you want your card to look like that, which is cool too, or like that. That's what I'm going for today. Okay. Ooh, and nice I noticed about this particular die or embossing folder is that it's sort of geometric, so it makes it nice and easy to line up. Now, here's what I was saying earlier about stacking them. Uh-oh. I'm going to actually put, this guy wants to keep coming off the sticky before I want him to, the outie. We're going to save him. There we go. There we go. All right, see what's happening? Now I'm going to stack a couple, that one was really easy. LOVE, look how great that is. Yeah, and see what I mean about the outline? Now I could make a ton of different cards or have some for scrapbook titles or something like that, or I could just save them and stack them. Now I have this T ruler here and I'm kind of eyeballing. What I'm trying to do is mentally divide the card into quadrants like that. Now I'm just laying them down like that. Oops, and that defeated my purpose. I could draw lines. I should have done that. But yeah, that's kind of what I do. And that space looks kind of big. I almost feel like I could just eyeball it better. Yeah, like that. And then what I can do is in the middle space, let's see, if I have like a, oh, I don't know, not this, but something like this to go in the middle, or make something like a sticker or something, you know what I mean, in the middle. But, okay, so that's what's happening there. That's what we're trying to do. Before I do all that, I'm going to actually stack like a letter E on top of a letter E, which is going to be super, super easy because they're already pre-stuck. You see what I mean? Let me try to zoom in here. Okay, and I will show you what I'm doing. I'm using a pick tool. Take the adhesive off, okay? I see this is double-sided. Okay, good little piece of knowledge there. And some people use liquid adhesive, which is fine, but since this is already pre-stuck, we could just lay it right there on top, just like that. Look at that. Now imagine if you stack, you know, 2 or 3 up. Let's try it again here. If you are not sure, maybe you have shaky hands or something, you could use a little bit of undo, and I'll show you the next layer like that, okay? So you take it off. And then see how sticky that is? But if you're using, this is undo. And I know, isn't it crazy to see that we're putting a liquid on something? Some people just go ahead and use a liquid adhesive, and I do too sometimes, but then what can happen is you have all kinds of time to stick it exactly where you want. It moves around, it acts just like regular paper. But then as that liquid dries, the adhesive somehow magically comes back. That's actually a lot easier than it was the other way. I think I'm going to do another layer, as a matter of fact. So that'll dry. Yeah, that's way easier. And then when it dries, the adhesive is just as super sticky as it was. I know that seems like it's not even possible, but it really is. So we'll do another one. Why not? It makes stacking dies really, 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 really easy. I mean, like I said, liquid adhesive, and here I put the cap on. Liquid adhesive is easy also, but sometimes when you're trying to get like really, really intricate dies, you personally might find this to be easier. Okay, so it's all saturated, and then you just stick it right on top. And it won't be sticky right away. You could put it exactly where you want it. Yep. And what you've got, now that is 4 layers of letter E. And what I've got now is essentially what would be like, it feels like it would be like a thicker, yeah. It feels like a thicker, or like a chipboard type letter, like a thin chipboard. So now when we go to put it on here, there's some dimension. Okay? Isn't that cool? I know stacking letters is not new, but it's neat because plus this is already stuck. And then these are stuck together forever. No sliding, there's no gunk, there's no gunk in the middle there. Yeah, great. So I'm going to go ahead and do that with all of, now you could do that too with the outline letters. Wouldn't that be cool? Use the undo and do it like that. That would make that really easy. Because can you imagine putting like little liquid adhesive along that? That would make me insane if I did that. Okay, I'm going to do the rest. I'm going to do 4 layers of each letter stacked on here. Okay, I have finished stacking these letters, and let me show you a close-up here of what it looks like. We still have the release paper on the back, but they're 4 thick. Nice. Now, actually, I laid this down, and remember, this is the pop-up on the inside. Looks so good. I'm actually happy with this, just like this, if I would just stick it down. So if you are, I mean, if that's good enough for you, that's a great card right there. And if you're not sure about where to stick it, or you think you're going to do the letters funny, you could use a little bit of that undo if you wanted, as you're sticking it down. And that would be actually just fine. You know what? As a matter of fact, I think the only thing I'm going to do is add a little bit of black ink. I thought about adding white paint, but I don't think it matches with the look I'm trying to do. So let's see, how am I going to do this? I think I might use a baby white and just go like this. Let me try it on a piece over here. Let's see if that's what I want. Yeah, because see how that'll look? Just a little. It's just not enough. Let me use this here. I'm going to put this up against it, kind of like a mask. This is Archival Ink by Ranger. Yeah, and I just need it to be a little bit more. I don't know how to explain what I'm trying to say, so I'm just going to do it. I just need just a little bit more right there. Yeah, that looks good. Whoops. All I'm saying is that once you do something to the, oh, and I see what's happening too. Great. Didn't mean for that to happen. This paper is so thin that as that the baby wipe, because it's a little bit moist, is sort of pulling some of the color up. And that looks even better. Great. There, that little bit makes me just a little bit happier. Okay, that makes me just a little bit happier. So now I'm going to, I think what I'll do is go like that. First, pull that off and just stick it right down. I'm gonna just do it. I'm not even gonna mess around or hesitate, or I'm not even gonna use the undo. I don't think I even mind that much. Now I will, because I'm gonna just go like that there, because that's where I want it. Now here's where I can, the first ones I don't need it, but the second ones I will. Need to line it up like that and like that, because I could see that it's going to be over top of there, and then here over top of here. Yeah, I don't like to mess around too much with liner uppers. Is that a word? So I mean, sometimes I do, you know, but not usually. Not usually. I don't have that kind of patience. That looks pretty good. Look at that. And that's my card. Awesome. Of course you could put, I found these in my stash. You know, I have Valentine's stickers, or, you know, I think I found a paper doily, or, you know, if you have some cut aparts from other things, that looks pretty sharp. True love, forever, whatever, you know. But this, just your basic card, that is great. I like that it's not really a masculine or a feminine card. It's just a card. I love the pop-up. Oh, I almost forgot about the back. I almost forgot about the back. Good thing I had these pre-cut panels, huh? From my kit. Now the only thing here is that what I don't want to do is put adhesive over top of that, because I need that to still continue to be able to move. So when I put adhesive down, I boxed around it, okay? And if I get a little too far to the edge, you can just pull it up with your finger. That's the only thing I'll do right on there. The rest of it, I will, make sure that let me do this here first, and then because I always stamp the back of my cards, and now I'll remember which way that goes. There. Okay. Put that right like that, and then we're gonna be ready to go there. And it won't be over top. of that mechanism. It'll still slide open. Great. Very nice. I could write a little message over here. Wonderful. Yeah, a special thank you to Creek Bank Creations for providing the products today. And if you like this video, please give it a thumbs up and subscribe to Sandpaper Road on YouTube. And don't forget to click that bell to receive notifications. You can visit sandpaperroad.com for close-up photos and DIY tutorials, or to shop for products, and follow Sandpaper Road on Facebook, Instagram, and Pinterest. And a complete list of items used in this project will be, plus links to social media, will be in the description box below. And thanks for watching, and see you again next time. Bye-bye.